Good afternoon, my stamping friends. It's Friday. Follow along here at Stampin Show Tell with Susan. I'm going to create with you a note card with the die cuts that came with the Hello Pumpkin paper pumpkin kit. I showed you last week when I opened it up. It was to make these cracker boxes, right? You put little candies in, sweet treats. But I'm going to take all the pieces and make a different project. I'm actually going to make a card project. For many people, they say, well, we don't want to do paper pumpkin every month because it's not always cards. Well, that's true. It's not always cards. It is a surprise, but they usually tell us ahead of time what's going to be in it. Being named Hello Pumpkin, I kind of had to buy it, being Pumpkin Hill Stampers. And it is super cute. Now I want to show you, I've taken my paper pumpkin box. This is what the kit originally came in. Okay. This is how I got it in the mail. And I've just taken some copy paper. I cut it down to size for the width, and then I scored it at an inch. Okay, an inch, an inch, an inch, an inch. And then I kind of folded it up like a fan, and I made this perforated section. Then I had about 3 inches left, so I took another piece. Actually, I took 2 pieces, and I did the same thing. And I made little slots so that when I punched out all the die cuts, I could sort them, and then I can easily use them. So yes, I have to be organized. That's just part of who I am. So I did this for me. Now none of this is glued down, so when my box is empty I could always use it for something else. And there's still room that I can set things down on top of it and keep it all in one box. So I just wanted to show you that I took my box and I kind of made it into a storage space. Now, here is my note card. So I'm going to make you a note card project. So this week on the blog we were focusing on using die cuts in our card crafting. So I wanted to use the die cuts that came in the paper pumpkin box to do a paper crafting note card for you. So I start with a note card. Okay, I grab my little pieces inside. Now I am adding one die cut that didn't come with the kit. This is a Whisper White die from Stitch So Sweetly. And so it makes this fun shape, and I get the little perforated edge. I'm going to use this as a layer on my card, okay? But if you didn't have that, you could certainly just not put it in there. But I am going to use that because they're my cards and I want it that way. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to pop that up on a couple of dimensionals because I like to add a little bit of body to my cards when I can, and this one's an easy. So this one I'm going to put right kind of in the middle. So just kind of eyeballing it there. So I'm going to start with that. Then I have 2 of these, I believe they're Bumblebee yellow die cuts. I could be wrong, they could be so saffron. And I want to put these, I'm going to cover that up a little bit, I'm going to put these like a paper banner going across this way. Okay? And I already know kind of in my head that I'm going to put my sentiment along there, and I'm going to put at least part of a pumpkin overlapping that, so I know I can put a little adhesive underneath here and in the middle there. So I'm going to selectively put some adhesive down there for that one and down a little bit for this one. Okay, so I'm just going to line these up again, kind of meeting in the middle. Move those over just a little bit. And kind of going straight across. So I'm kind of creating a decorative band there in the middle for my card. Okay, now like I said, I want to add my greeting, which I stamped, right? Here's the stamp set that came with the kit. We've got a witch's hat and the little pumpkin face, jack-o'-lantern faces. We got leaves, we got 4 sentiments, all right? This time I'm using the Give Thanks. So I just put that on my block and I inked it with my Cajun Craze spot and stamped that on the tag that was in the kit. Okay, and so now I have that, and then these pumpkin came with the kit. I'm going to put those down like that now. I've already popped this up on dimensional. I think maybe I'm going to have to put these on flat now, because if I make it too thick it's going to be difficult to mail. So I'm just going to put adhesive on the back of those. I'm going to go ahead and put my sentiment on first. And now I'm going to add my pumpkins. down here. So in doing that, I've covered up that extra adhesive that was still from the first time when I put the yellow strips on. Now I've got another pumpkin I can add down here. Okay, so I'm going to expand. Now this one I could put on a dimensional because it's off of that main die I started with. So I can pop this one up and it won't be any thicker than the front. So I'm going to put that down there. So I've got a trio of pumpkins. Okay, then I thought about maybe adding some flowers and leaves, but I don't know. I think we need them. Let's play with them for a minute. So I could stick this kind of back like those. I could do that anyways without adding flowers. And I've got leaves I could add. So this just adds some extra color and texture to the design. You know, I think I'm going to do that and not add the flowers. Okay, so how am I going to add those, right? I've already kind of stuck those in there. Well, I'm going to cheat. Yeah, I said cheat. Okay, so first I'm going to get my glue dots and I'm going to take my leaf and I'm going to stick that on a glue dot. Then I'm going to take my leaf and I'm going to stick it on that vine. So I'm making kind of like a paired set, and then that I'm going to slip down and push it down behind that banner. Okay, so by putting the two together and then sliding it in, I'm able to get both onto my card. Alright, so this one, do the same thing, pick up like that, and then I'm going to put this one over here, like that. So a little wonky, kind of fun, right? It's supposed to all be vines and leaves and fun. So there's that. Now, when you're making a card, right, we should always stamp the envelope. So this kit came with Cajun Craze, so I'm going to use my Cajun Craze. And I've got this fun pumpkin. So I'm just going to go ahead and ink up the pumpkin. Okay. Sometimes it's easier to dab the spot onto the stamp instead of the other way around. And these are photopolymers, so I can see through my block and see my stamp and see where it's going to go. And so I'm just going to stamp that right up in the corner of my note card, just like that. And now I've got a cute little note card I can send off to someone. So, pretty simple. So remember, you can get 20 note cards in a kit. Note cards and the envelopes, and then if you wanted to pair them with your paper pumpkin kits, you could make extra cards each month with the leftover supplies. So, and the paper pumpkin's a great way to collect different stamp sets and some different ink colors. And even though this one was designed to make candy holders, I'm making cards. So I also made a wreath this week, which I'm going to share with you in the show and tell. So stay tuned to take a peek at that. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this project for our Friday follow along. And remember, you can come back here every Friday to the Stampin' Show and Tell with Susan on Facebook. You can also follow my blog at pumpkinhillstampers.com, and you could subscribe to that blog so you get my project emails whenever I share something new. Alright, there's my little pitch. I'm going to sign off now, and you can go view the next video in the show and tell, which is going to talk about all the projects I shared on the blog, plus a few extras I've pulled out of my archives to share with you as well. Alright everybody, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.